Hey, what's up? It's Danielle Gray with MFA, and this is your 30-minute full body dumbbell workout. So I would recommend you have moderate weight dumbbells for this one, not super heavy, but also not super light. I want you to challenge yourself as best you can today. We're gonna do a nice warm up, and then we'll have 2 main circuits, and then followed by stretchy time. So let's get into this. The first one we're gonna do is the world's greatest, but we're gonna add a little bit of a down dog as well. So go ahead and reach it out, walk it out, but not too far. Push back to a down dog. Pedal your feet if you want. Check in with your body, see how you're doing today. From there, walk it into a plank, and then bring one leg in front. Hang out here a little bit, move your hips around, check in, add a twist if you feel like you need that today. Come back to center. Bring that leg back, push back to down dog, and then keeping your legs as straight as you can, walk all the way back in and up, okay? Other side. Go ahead, fold forward, walk it out. This is your warm up, okay? So we are not rushing anything. Hang out in that down dog, press the heels down into the floor, spread the fingers, then walk into your plank, bottom comes down, leg comes out to the side, keep those hips down, circle, go forward and back, whatever you need. Open, twist if you want, bring it back down, press into that down dog, and then keeping those legs straight, walk it back in. Beautiful. All right, from there, we're gonna do some flat back arm swings and circles. Now, this is a little bit from my gymnastics background, so follow along as best you can. We're gonna be here for a little bit, about 30 seconds. Legs nice and wide. You're gonna shoot your hands through and then swing your arms straight overhead. I like to hold on to my thumb just to have a little bit of control. Our legs stay straight here so that we get our hamstrings nice and open. Our back is flat, and you're breathing nice and steady. Then from here, you're gonna reach the opposite hand to the opposite foot, shin, or knee, wherever you can reach, and then twist to the other side. All right, go at your own pace. Breathe, rotate, stay in control of your body here. Awesome. Then from here, we're gonna stand up. We're gonna do squat to extensions. So you're gonna take a squat, give a little pulse, and then drive it up, legs straight to releve. It's gonna work your balance, it's gonna work your quads, your glutes, and prepping everything that we need today. So just one pulse at the bottom, checking in, focusing on that full range of motion. Here for about a minute, so pace yourself. This is not the actual workout, this is your warm-up, so don't push too hard. This is getting all of the joints and muscles nice and warm. In your squat, keep that chest tall. If you want to lift your elbows to help you, you can. Got about 15 more seconds. Pulse, pulse, squeeze, and hopefully you're not falling all over the place and you're nice and tight. Last one, and rest. We're gonna go down to the floor. The next one is beast shoulder taps. Then we'll flip over onto our back, 30 seconds each. So we're gonna be in a beast. Our knees are gonna hover, and we're gonna try to touch our shoulders. If we're not able to do that, we can lift or try to touch our elbow. Ready? In 3, 2, 1. Lift the knees, hover, hover. Then spread the fingers, grip the ground like you're trying to grab sand. Your fingertips are super strong. You do not need to dump everything into the heel of your palm. Protect your wrists, use your muscles, get your forearms involved as well. You've got about 10, 15 more seconds here. Keep those knees as low as you can. I just said that as a reminder to myself because I felt my hips going up high. Check back in. Then from here, we'll go to our back in 3, and 2, and 1, okay? Last exercise of the warm-up. You're gonna be in a dead bug position. So on your back, knees bent, knees stacked over your hips. Arms are up. You have a couple of options here. You can either press into your knees, create that tension the entire time. You can lift your shoulder blades off of the ground and hold here, or you can add this, or you can try to do the extensions, all right? You got a bunch of different options. 30 seconds begins now. So I'm probably gonna do a mix of a few. I'll start with my head down, creating that tension and pressing into my legs. So what I'm trying to do is bring my knees to my face, but my hands are preventing that from happening. As I do that, I'll start to shake. I'll feel that tension. Try to drop your heels down a little bit, thinking shins parallel with the floor. Your low back should be touching the entire time. You've got 3 more seconds. Keep pushing, keep breathing for 3, 2, and 1. Awesome work. Okay, so we built some heat, all right? You're feeling a little bit warm. You're ready to go. Your muscles are prepped. Our 2 circuits are the same format. So we've got 2 sets, 45 seconds each thing. This first one, you're gonna grab your dumbbells. Grab a sip of water if you need it now. We're gonna be kneeling for this one. If you are on hardwood or concrete, you can fold up your mat, you can put a towel underneath to help you, but we're gonna be doing a curl to an overhead press, okay? Then we'll stand up. We're gonna do a deadlift to a row, and then from there, we'll do hollow body. So we'll be on our backs, knees bent or straight, and we're gonna do a single arm press in that hollow position. Then finally, we'll do 1 dumbbell. We'll hold on the sides, and we're gonna do an overhead press here, okay? So, on our knees, grab both dumbbells. Here we go, 45 seconds on, time begins now. So, we're curling, and we're pressing. So as we're pressing, there's gonna be a little bit of rotation, and that's okay. So you're gonna press, and then try to get the dumbbells to touch together up top. If you look at me from the side, when I'm pressing overhead, I'm not arching my back and closing my shoulder angle. I'm trying to keep my ribs in, my bottom tight, and press my shoulders, or press my wrists over my shoulders, okay? Maintaining that posture the entire time. You've got 8 more seconds. Keep breathing. I would recommend breathing out on the press up for 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Now we're gonna stand up, and we're gonna go into the deadlift with the row. So you're gonna press your hips back, and here we go. So hinge back, give me a row, and then squeeze your bottom and your quads to stand. Press the hips back, your spine stays neutral, and then you come back up. Now, as you're doing the row, really remember this is for your back, primarily your biceps assist. So you're squeezing your shoulder blades together, keeping your shoulders away from your ears, okay? And then bringing them down and squeezing, pressing forward. You've got about 15 more seconds. Pace yourself here. I want you to focus on the form, not how many you can do. See how big the range of motion can be. Give me your last one in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great work. Okay, so now we're going down to the floor. We're gonna be in this hollow body position. So it's up to you whether you want to be knees bent, both legs straight, but do your best. Challenge yourself. Here we go, arms up in 3, 2, 1. One arm comes down 45 degrees from that shoulder joint, presses back up. Then the other side goes, and you press back up. All the while trying to keep that low back pressing into the ground, keeping your wrists over your shoulder joint. If you feel like your neck is taking control, then maybe you bring your head back down and focus on keeping that low back touching the floor. Up to you, but I want you to challenge yourself. See if you can get that lift coming from the abs. You've got about 10 more seconds. Breathe out as you press up. Will help with the contraction. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All about controlled movements. Okay, so now you're gonna put that one dumbbell to the side, grab on both sides of one. I forgot to mention this in the first part, but tuck your toes under behind you while you're kneeling and press down into the floor. It will help you engage your glutes. All right, press up overhead. Here we go. 45 seconds. Bend towards your back and then breathe out, press up. Control, keeping the elbows facing forward as if you have laser beams pointing out from each elbow. Here, noodle. Pull it back and then breathe it out. From the side again, just making sure we're not dumping into the low back. We're actively pushing through our toes, squeezing our butt, hips flat, controlling down and pressing up. If you are using momentum to do this, that is incorrect. Lower down, fight gravity as slow as you can. Slow, 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 slow. Feel the stretch, almost touch your back, then breathe out, press up. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful work. That was our first set, okay? So we're gonna stay kneeling for the second set. We're gonna do the curl to overhead press again, so shake it out. You got 5 seconds. Grab water really, really fast. And here we go, in 3, in 2, in 1. Second set, curl, press overhead, control back down, lower down. As you're doing the curl, make sure your elbows aren't swinging. We don't want it to come from the shoulder joint. We want the biceps to do that work. On the lower down here, elbows still, lower, lower, lower. Keep tension in your biceps at the bottom. Then drive it up and breathe. Do not let your arms go straight or swing them down. Give me your final 10 seconds. Best form. Push those toes into the floor behind you. Good. Stay with it. Show me that control. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. Meet me up top. Shake it out. And at this point, if you need something for your knees, I would recommend getting it. Okay, we're gonna go into these dumbbell deadlifts with the row. Focus on that form in 3, in 2, and 1. Hips go back. That's the only reason you go forward. Once you're down there and you feel a stretch in the hamstrings, give me that row and then squeeze it back up. I want you focusing on being super tight up top. If I were to be standing next to you, I would poke your quads and only your booty with permission. So you're going to squeeze as tight as you can. I forgot my row. Squeeze as tight as you can up top. All right? Like you've got, you know, everybody's different. The deed to your house in between your cheeks, or you got a $100 bill, whatever motivates you to stay tight. All right, 15 more seconds. Lies, 10 more seconds, okay? From here, squeeze it. Keep the neck nice and long. Shoulders straight down. Breathe. Press it forward and rest. Good, okay, we're into that hollow body single arm chest press. So meet me down on the floor. Find your positioning. Pace yourself here. Focusing on your form. Remember, head can be down or you're lifting the shoulder blades up off the ground. Begin, arms are up, shins are parallel to the floor. Use your abs. Elbow comes down, 45 degrees from the shoulder joint. Breathe out, press it up. Other side. The other thing I want you to be mindful of is your wrists. When you're holding these dumbbells, I don't want your wrists bending and like breaking here. Try to keep your knuckles facing the ceiling as best you can. I know it's hard. As you feel your core start to fatigue and your neck take over, check back in, press down further into the ground as hard as you can, trying to make the low back the shape of the bottom of a boat, okay? Keep pushing those knuckles away from you, press the arms fully straight, and rest. Good, okay. That one dumbbell goes to the side, grab on the outside. This is the last exercise of this first circuit, okay? So you're gonna press up overhead, pull those ribs in as if you're about to be punched or you're coughing, feeling that squeeze, and then bend it back, keeping those elbows close together. Breathe out, press it up. Control as best you can. Keep the chin off of the chest. We don't wanna be down here. Okay, so keep your chin parallel to the floor, press those toes into the ground so your glutes are active. Breathe, inhale on the way down, exhale on the way up. Control, control, control. And see if your body can stay completely still. You don't want any movement as you're pressing, only what muscles are working. Last 5 seconds, here we go. Inhale, exhale, give me one more, and rest. Awesome. Okay, dumbbells go down for a sec. You get a little water break. We're gonna go into our second circuit, all right? In the second circuit, you can rest while you watch me, or you can practice, okay? Similar to the first one, we've got 1.5 dumbbell deadlifts, but we're gonna go into reverse lunge. So you're gonna have your back foot kind of as a kickstand. Your back toe is gonna be in line with your standing leg heel. You're gonna hinge back, come up, same leg goes back into a reverse lunge. And then we're gonna switch sides, okay? If that's too much coordination for you, stay on one side. Second set, go to the other side. That's your choice. Then we've got weighted squat pulses with side steps. So you're gonna be in a squat. You're gonna step out to the side. You're gonna come in. You're gonna step out to the side. You're gonna come in, making sure your glutes are active. That one is going to burn, so just a heads up. Be ready for that, mentally prepare. Then we've got quadruped dumbbell glute lift. So you're only gonna use one. It's gonna go behind the knee. If this causes some issues or it kind of hurts behind the knee, you don't have to use the dumbbell. But what's gonna happen is your hands are gonna be wide, kind of on the edge of your mat. Knee comes to the middle. You're gonna flex that foot or point, depending on how it feels. Lift up and squeeze, not going into the back at all. Again, if that hurts, don't use the dumbbell. You will still feel it, don't worry. And then the last one is a single leg glute bridge with a hold. You have the option to use both weights on either hip, or you can just use one, okay? So you're gonna lift up and squeeze, and I will tell you when to go up and hold. The second set, we will change sides. Are you ready? I hope so, because you have no other choice. Let's begin, okay? 45 seconds here, 2 sets as well. In 3, 2, 1, create that kickstand. Press the hips back. Soft knee bend in the standing leg. Squeeze your butt to stand up. Then take that same kickstand leg back. Reverse lunge, try to get the knee to touch, and stand, okay? If you wanna stay on the same side, you can, or alternate with me. Hinge back, stand it up, step it back, drop it down. As you're doing these, I want your shoulders to stay over your hips, especially in the reverse lunge. I almost think of it as I'm going backwards down an escalator, okay? So instead of staying over my front leg as I go back, that's kind of a safety thing. So I want you to challenge yourself to stay above that back hip. 15 more seconds, okay? Press it back, up, then step it back, and then other side. Pacing yourself here. I don't care how many you do as well. Focus on your grip strength, squeezing the dumbbells, and rest. All right, next one are the weighted squat side pulses. So the weights are going to be resting on your shoulders, okay? If you bring them in front, it's gonna pull you forward, so try to stay upright. Here we go. Down, and out to the side, into the middle. Out to the side, into the middle. Now, you're going to want to lift. You're gonna wanna get your butt higher and higher and higher over the length of this, so start as low as you can. Push yourself in the beginning, and as the fatigue sets in, it's gonna lift. You're gonna remind yourself, stay low, but you're already over halfway there. Pacing, do not go too fast. Make sure those knees are not caving in. Pull with your glutes, pull the knees out to the side. Final 5 seconds, here we go. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, one weight goes down. Get yourself set. Pick which leg you want to start with for the quadruped glute lifts. I'm gonna start with my right leg, so my hands are wide, my left knee is kind of in the middle. I'm gonna point my toe, that's my preference, and then I squeeze my bottom and I bring it back in. Now, there are a couple of ways to make this interesting. Like I said, you don't have to use the dumbbell, but here's a little sprinkle of spice from a contortion class back in the day. If you want to get a little more intensity, round your back and then try to lift. You're not gonna be able to lift as high. So give me as much curling as possible, pressing into the ground, and then try to lift. You're gonna feel it so much faster, and it's gonna prevent you from going into your back. Final 10 seconds. Lift and squeeze. Stay neutral, no weight, or give me the rounding, and rest. Awesome work. All right, so meet me on your back. I'm gonna do a single dumbbell, but like I showed you in the demo, you can use both. Single leg glute bridge. As you're doing this single leg glute bridge, at the final 10 seconds, I'm gonna have you hold, okay? So here we go. One leg up, lift, and lower down. So you're trying to think about driving that heel up into the ceiling, controlling down, fighting gravity. Now, we're not kicking, that leg is not moving. Imagine there's a string pulling it straight up and down, okay? You're doing great. You got 10 more seconds until we go up and hold. If you want a little more activation in the bottom leg hamstring, dig the heel down, lift the toes. And ready, up and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, higher, 1, and rest. Good job. Okay, Guess what? One set is done. We're back to the beginning. So we're going back to the kickstand, 1.5 deadlifts to the reverse lunge. All right, here we go. Prep and hinge. Press it back, lift it up, and reverse lunge. Last rep, hinge it, squeeze your shoulder blades, stay over that back hip, back knee, and rest. Okay, beautiful. All right, now we're going into those weighted squat side pulses, but surprise, the first ones are done, yay. You were so close to the end, I'm very proud of you. So let's get into it. The weights come up in 3, 2, 1. Give me that squat. Step out to the side. Remember to stay low in the beginning, just knowing yourself and knowing how naturally your muscles are going to fatigue. So you're preparing. It's not preparing for the worst, but you have a plan in mind. You're going into it, giving as much effort as you can, and your 100% or your best always changes from moment to moment, okay? So your best at the beginning is very different than your best at the end. So all you can do for the next 5 seconds is give me what you've got. Here we go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ooh, that's nice. Okay, now put one of the dumbbells down, or if you're not going to use the dumbbells, put those down. Remember, we did one side, so now you're gonna put the dumbbell on the other side, squeeze it in between your calf and your hamstrings. Hands are wide on the mat. Your opposite leg is kind of in the middle. I like to point. Let's begin and lift. So as you're lifting, I just want to make sure you're not lifting and dropping your chest. So keep your ribs in, core tight, lift and squeeze, control it back down. If you can see, I am intensely shaking because I'm fighting gravity. I'm trying to stay in control of my body the entire time. If you're not shaking, you're probably going too fast. All right? If you want to try the rounding position and then the lift, you're going to feel a lot more intensity in the glutes. Give me another 10 seconds. You're almost there. Squeeze, press down, grip the floor for 3, for 2, for 1. All right. So same thing as last time. Now, we're doing our other leg for the single leg glute bridge with the hold at the end. So meet me on your back, weight or weights on your hip, other leg up in the air, lift and begin. Remember, that heel drives straight up as best as you can. Make sure you are squeezing the bottom glute, pressing down as much as you can. My hip flexors are not the most flexible, so I need to use the strength of my glutes to lift up even higher. All right, we're gonna hold together for the final 10 seconds. Lift up and hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, higher, 4, 3, lift the toes, 2, 1, and relax. Okay, you have earned stretchy time. Congratulations, round of applause, pat on the back, pat on the sweaty back. Grab a sip of water or towel off, and then what you're gonna do is you're gonna meet me on your stomach, okay? Take your time, and for stretchy time, we like to move slowly. All right, so we're gonna put our elbow out to the side at a 90-degree angle, spread the fingers, keep your shoulder away from your ear, but your shoulder's gonna stay in contact with the floor as you turn up and over. Let me see if I can get a back crack. Oh no, not today. Breathe and try to see the ceiling. If you want to try to reach that top foot toe towards your hand, you can do that as well. You might cramp, it's okay. Breathe in, breathe out, just a little bit more. Other side, okay? 90-degree angle, spread the fingers, shoulders away from the ear, lift up and over, press that shoulder down to the ground. Ooh, that side I got a crack. Breathe. Every time you breathe out, release a little bit deeper into whatever stretch you're doing. Awesome. And then from here, bring it back to the center, push back up onto your knees. Hands go out in front of you, drop your chest down, send your hips up to the sky. If you want to tent your fingers, you can, to get a little extra range of motion, to drop those armpits and shoulders down. You can sway from side to side. Good, then you're gonna reach your hands to one side of your mat and press down into the floor. So you're trying to make a C shape with your back. Breathe and feel the stretch on the one side of the body, and then we'll walk it over to the other side. Remember, we are still in a high position. We're not in a child's pose, we're in that cat stretch. Reach the middle finger of that top arm far. Pull the hips back and away from the arm. Feel that side stretch. Breathe in and out. Sink a little bit lower. Awesome work. Okay, meet me on your bottom. And we're gonna do another bicep stretch. So fingers face your feet. You're gonna lift up. You're gonna drop the head back, okay? And then you're gonna lean forward and back, feeling the stretch in the shoulders and the biceps. If this is a little bit too much on your wrists, come down, turn your fingers around, and then walk the hands back as far as you can, keeping the pinky fingers close together. Breathe and release. See if you can walk a little bit further. And then we're gonna stretch our quads, our hips, and our low back. Maybe feet, we'll do that. All right, okay, so from here, you're gonna come up to a 90-degree lunge. Tuck the hips under, squeeze the bottom or back leg glute, rock forward and backwards. The whole time you're actively pushing the top of the foot down into the ground. You're actively tucking the hips, you're pulling the ribs in, and if you want, you can bring your chin to your chest. All right, breathing. Great. Now bring that leg in front more, sink your hips down, untuck the back leg, rock your knee side to side. If you need to hold on to something for balance, you absolutely can. From here, you're gonna turn into the leg and press the knee out and away. Feel the stretch in the glutes. If you're up here, that's fine, you'll still feel it. Everybody's going to look different. So breathe. You can roll to the outside of the foot if you need. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side. So 90-degree lunge, up, tuck the hips, squeeze the back glute, push down through the top of the foot, and then rock. Bring the chin to the chest if you want. Feeling the active stretch in the hip flexors and quads. Then, after you feel like that's gotten some attention, bring the leg out in front of you, drop the hips down, untuck the back toe, hang out here. Feel like gravity is pulling you straight down through the floor with your hips. Shoulders stay stacked over your hips, not over your knee or the front leg, okay? So we're here, then we're gonna lean to the side, press the knee out and away, twist into that, maybe roll to the side of the foot. Breathe, feel the stretch through the glutes. Last two things. Go ahead and take a seat on your heels, keeping your heels, ankles, and toes together. Feel the stretch through the feet. You can rock side to side. You can lean forward and back. Ideally, you'd be able to stay here for 2 minutes straight. I'm not gonna make you do that, but if you're watching TV, if it's a commercial, if you're folding laundry, try to be in this position. It will help you out tremendously. The last thing will be for your low back, all right? So give me a butterfly. From here, you're gonna hinge forward, and then you're gonna rock side to side. Ooh, it's got a lot of lengthening here. So use your arms to pull yourself as close as possible. You can push your knee away, you can tilt, lean forward. If you have the range of motion, you can reach forward, or if there's a couch in front of you, you can pull yourself. One final breath in and breath out. Go as far as you can. Awesome work. Feel free to stay down there, but I'm gonna stand up. I wanna thank you so much for joining me. I hope that was a great time and you feel like you got a good workout and you learned something new about yourself or your body or how movement happens. My name is Danielle Gray with MFA, and I will see you next time.